Hello, welcome to That's My Manny Monday. I am your Jamberry Independent Consultant, Tiffany Parson, and I completely redid my nail studio over the weekend, and so we've got a whole new change up. I'm testing out how I take you to the desk, and oh, my camera is a little shaky, but not for long. I'm going to get it all set up so we can do this week's Manny, and you can almost guess. I've got on my Carolina Panthers t-shirt today. It just so happened this was a t-shirt that I grabbed to put on. You know, I work from home all day, so I just grabbed this to put on today. And when I was checking my stats on Instagram, you are following me on Instagram, right? I'm Tiffany Parson Beauty. You can find me there on Instagram, but I checked out stats on Instagram, and the nail wrap pick of the NFL got 70 likes. And I was like, trying to figure out what would be a great Manny for today. I know some people are celebrating Halloween. I don't celebrate Halloween, but I want to do something fun, somewhat dressed up. So I'm sporting my team colors today, got my earrings to match, and guess what? I've got the nail wrap for the Carolina Panthers, so that's what we're going to do today on That's My Manny Monday. So let me take you on over, and it's pretty neat because the new setup, and let me show you the new setup, it's almost Panther colors. So this is the new setup. It's my desk, it's my nail studio. And so this is where we are going to be doing all of our Monday pampering sessions. Ooh la la. Okay, so I'm going to take the camera over and get it all set. Let me come back on and let's get this going. Hopefully it won't be so wobbly. Ooh. There we go. Pretty nice. Let me turn it a little bit. Okay, good deal. So I'm going to pull out everything we're going to need today and then aim the camera down at the table. Feels like I got something in my eye. Okay, so we've got the mini heater. I decided to put all of the Jamberry goodness that we're going to use today in this fun glass jar that I got at the dollar store. And so it's got everything we need in there for today. Let's pull out the Carolina Panther wraps. And I know I showed you one time before. They're in my stash here. There we go. Carolina Panthers. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to do a mixed Manny with the Panthers. And I'm not remembering the name of the other wrap. Ooh. My lighting is set up for my nails, so I won't worry about that so much right now. That's going to make me a little shiny, but that's okay. Gosh, my mind just totally went blank as to what this second wrap is that we're going to use. Let me find it real quick, and then I'll be able to tell you the name of it. Cali Girl. Cali Girl. We're going to mix Cali Girl and Carolina Panthers together. They won their game yesterday. So we are going to celebrate that on this week's episode. So, let me get, I've got nail lacquer remover and nail wrap remover. I've got a little bit, I put some lacquer on my nails over the weekend, and I've got a little bit left on my edges. Nail prep, look how I have got to order some more nail prep. I don't even think, okay, I've got enough for today. Got to get some more nail prep. Now, if you're in the United States and you want to try out the nail wraps, and we do a wrap session together, you and I, we do it virtually over webcam, over Skype, over Zoom, whichever makes it fun and easy. You get a little pack just like this. Inside of it, it includes a nail prep wipe, the nail file, the nail stick, all that good stuff if you're in the US. If you are in Canada, I take out all the stuff that's not paper and send you the nail wrap. We still do our wrap session and I'll let you know exactly what you need so that you can get your nails and we walk through it together and have lots and lots of fun. Now, if you're a lady that's in any of the other countries, Mexico, New Zealand, Australia, United Kingdom, I would love to still chat with you and send you something. I know for Mexico it may take a little longer. We'll work it out. We'll do a quick Skype and I'll show you what all is involved and we'll just go from there. So let's get set for today's mani. So let me adjust the camera, bring you on down. Down, down, down to the table. There we go. Get my light straight so you can see really well. Okay, perfect. All right. And we're testing this out this new way. And what I'm hoping is that you can see my hands just as good as before. If not, I'll be able to bring it down a little lower. But again, this is testing out. If I bring my hand up, we've got a glare. So I want to make sure there's some light if I do that. Okay, perfect. I've got light either way, like how I'm testing that out. So I've got my nail file, orange stick, buffer, excuse me, lint-free pads, cuticle pusher, scissors. Some ladies prefer to use the nail clipper over the scissor. Either way, just need something sharp to clip the nails with. And we will go from there. I think we're all set. Anything we don't have, this is a little bag that I throw just about everything in. So if it's not on this table, it's probably in here. So I won't worry about it if I don't have it right away. Let me see. I want to pull up. Oh, perfect. Let me mute my computer. Oh, that was from last week. Hold on a quick minute. I want to make sure that I'm live on the Facebook page. I probably should have checked this earlier when I was on camera. Really, really quick. Okay. Okay, good deal. All right, so let me wipe off. I got a little extra nail lacquer on my nails. They get along the edges, so what I'm going to do is just go in there. I'm working on using my nails as a tool less. So I'm going to use the orange stick and just rub along the side just to make sure, because those are the areas that sometimes I miss in an effort to quickly take off the nail lacquer. I did this on Saturday, so I've already cleaned my nails really well, got off the excess cuticle, smoothed it out. The only thing I don't have this week, and I'm not going to worry about it, is normally you see me do the base coat, which is the clear, and I'll show you that just so you can know what I'm talking about. And you see me do the smoothing base coat. I'm not going to do any base coat this week just for time's sake, because usually I have it on already, and it's always best to give it plenty of time to dry so that your nail wraps don't get caught. They don't end up with wet. They don't end up with wet strengthener or smoothing base coat on them. I go faster when I use my thumb. I know I shouldn't do that, but it goes so much faster this way. All right. The neat part about this nail lacquer remover, besides the fact that it is non-acetone, it has a little oil with it, which is awesome. I recommend this over using nail polish remover or oil or whatever else you could use to get your nail wraps off, is this, because it does the job. I use a makeup brush, and maybe one episode we'll do the remover, and I probably in my videos, if you go back in the archives, you can find a video I did showing you how I remove the wraps. Alrighty, so let me wipe off the oils on my hand. And I'm still in this mode where I like for my 3 fingers to be the main ones and the pinky and the thumb to be my accents. So we're going to do that today. Make sure my heater is plugged in. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this whole sheet in half. For me, I find it easier to work with the half sheet. Plus, I don't know, I just like cutting. Cutting has also always been something fun. It's like I just want to cut something. So, we will cut that. Cutting the whole sheet in half. Aren't those pretty colors? This Cali girl has purple, the aqua, and silver. It's not the exact colors of the Panthers, but it's a nice complement. If you can see that, it's a nice complement for the wrap. Hey, Chastity! All right, so I want the Panther ones to be my 3 main ones. So let's start with that. My ring finger fits nicely on the smaller wrap. So go ahead and get the length of it here so you guys can see. And then cut that. Now, if it's not situated right in the middle where you like for it to be, right now it's just laying on top of my nail. So it's not sticking, so I can lift that up and then adjust it to the spot that I want it to go. And I want it to go right above the cuticle, not on top of the cuticle. Okay. So you see there? And then we're going to add a little heat. Have you worn your Panthers wrap yet, Chastity? She says she's got the Panthers wraps. This is my first time wearing them. I'm excited. All right, so I'm pressing down. Okay. There we go. And I'm going to give it a little bit more heat on this side. Now, how much heat you give it will vary based on the wrap itself. This particular one is a thin one, and you'll be able to just feel it and see. They are gorgeous. I just love the aqua, the blue with the Carolina Panthers wrap. And then the whole ombre effect with the black and the blue is cool. Okay, so I'm going to leave it just like this. And as we're pressing down, the goal there is to get a nice seal between the nail and the wrap itself. There we go. And press. All right, let's go on to the next one, which is the middle. And my fingers pretty much go up like stair steps on this wrap sheet. So we're going to go to the next one. Same thing. fit it for the length. And then cut it there. Take a look at it. See if it's lined up right where you want it to be. And I think this one, let me go ahead and lift it just a little, readjusting here. Okay, there we go. And give it some heat. One of the keys when applying your wraps is making sure that the wrap itself, that you've got a little sliver of your nail on all sides. You don't want your wrap to come in contact with your skin. Not that anything's going to happen if it does, but the problem is in a day or so it's going to start lifting if it's touching your skin. So you want to make sure it's not. And although you may see the sliver on the side when you're holding your hand up, nobody else sees that sliver but you. And I'm going to give it a little more heat on the back side really quick. And let that be it. And press down. There we go. All right, these are starting to take shape really nicely. Okay, and let's go ahead and do the index finger. Now the index finger is between my same size as the ring finger or the middle. Seems like it varies sometimes, almost depending on what day it is. Like, what are my eyes? What am I seeing? Okay, I'm gonna do this size here today. Alrighty. So we're just fitting for the length, and then I'll adjust it for the actual fitting. Now these extra, the little extra on the sheet, I will be using those again because it's got the black at the end, and I think that's really nice. So I'll be using that for toes at another time. A little lint on that. Okay. Getting it lined up here. Ooh. There we go. Okay. Well, you got it. I'm going to give it some heat. And press down. Now this is my curved finger, so I'm going to pull it a little so it will form nicely around the nail. There we go. My thumbs and the index finger are curved. You may have curved too and have to do a little pull just to make sure it wraps around the curve. I'm going to give it some more heat. And then press down. There we go. All right. Now the other fingers, we're just letting those cool down before we remove the excess. And for this curved one, I'm going to go ahead and use my thumb and press down, press down. Combination of thumb and the orange. I always want to call this the orange pusher, but it's the cuticle pusher. Orange stick is the wood. There we go. All right. And there we have the three. Now we just have the thumb and the pinky left. And I'm going to do the Cali Girl for pinky and thumb. I'll show you the pinky last. The pinky one is one I'm going to shape and resize. You may have a finger that is small for one of the wrap sizes, or maybe you're out of your sizes that fit perfectly, and so you need to fit maybe the larger ones to that finger. So I'll show you that with my pinky, because it is actually, the width of my pinky is smaller than this last wrap. I've been using the last one, but I really need to shape it because it'll lift on the sides. And as you can see, when I use that smaller one, it completely covers up my nail. Okay, let's get the thumb going, and then we'll take care of the pinky. All right, number 5 is a good one for thumb. My thumb goes straight across. It doesn't have a curve at the bottom, so I'm going to cut off a little of this curved shape on the wrap so that it ends up being straight across. The great part about this particular wrap is it already has that straight line, so it'll be easy to follow in cutting off the straight line. Let's go ahead and lift it. I'm lifting it off the paper. I like for my paper to stay intact so I can easily stick my extras. So I'm going to follow the purple straight line at the very bottom as my guide. All the wraps don't have the straight line, but it's great when it does, and you need to just cut straight across. There we go. Doesn't have to be perfect, but close enough is good. Okay, now let's go ahead and size it for the length. This wrap is a little thicker, so the heating will be different than what we did for the Panther wrap. Eee! Trying to get it on my thumb without totally sticking. Okay. Close enough. I'm going to cut the extra there. I've got a long thumbnail. Okay, let's get it lined up right above the skin there. And making sure that I don't have one that is hanging over, one side hanging over the skin and one side that doesn't have enough. I've done that before. I've got some fun thumbs, so I have to be a bit steadier with them than the other fingers. Okay, I think that, oh. Okay, I'll take that. Right there. Okay, there we go. Now let's heat up the thumb. Now my thumb is curved. And this nail wrap is a little thicker, so I gave it a little longer heat. I'm just going to press down straight across the bottom. I'm not going to worry about the sides just yet. Just getting the bottom nice and tucked in there. Okay, now for the top. I'm going to heat the side, and we'll do a tug and pull for that thumb. Okay. The wrap is nice and soft. I'm doing a tug and pull, and go ahead and press down while it's warm. Then get the other side, and while it's still warm, tug and pull and smooth it out. There we go. If you've got curved fingers, it does take practice. There's a learning curve in getting this down. The key is with the tug and pull, pressing down before that wrap cools off and before it lands, and you know, to where it is there, it is permanent. Well, not permanent, but you know, it's in place to where you can't lift it back up. All right, I'm pretty excited about how it's looking. This is actually the best my thumb application has been in a while, just because of that curve. So I'm gonna give it a little quick heat at the top, just on that flat side, and press it down not going to use the extra off of this because I want to make sure I really get in there and get it pressed down at the tips. Both of these wraps are beautiful. They look so so much more defined in person. I hate to say better because they look great in the catalog too and on the website. The Panthers aren't in the catalog, but on the website. Okay, so that's the thumb. So one of the things we did with that is cut that straight across and then fit that for the curve. Now let's go for the pinky. The pinky is, again, I told you it's more narrow than this wrap at the very end. One day what I did was use a bigger wrap just to really size it because I had run out. Another option, you could get creative and turn it sideways because at least the width would be right, and you just then you can adjust the length. In this case, I'm going to use the thumb because look how much is left of that thumb. I like to use all my wrap, or if it's extra, I want to use it for the whole thumb. So I want to show you this. The thumb on the opposite side needs more wrap because that nail, see, it's sticking up at the top. So what I'm going to do, I can't use it anyway for my thumb, so I'm going to use it for my pinky because the length is closer. The width is not, but the length is a good length. And then I'll cut it in half for my pinky. However you want to do it, whatever nail you want to use, there is no right or wrong to how you fit the nail for the nail wrap for your finger. It truly is a personal choice in regards to that. All right. And since this is our extra anyway, it is perfect. Now, I want you to look there at my pinky. I've got a little curve, more of a curve than I had for the thumb at the bottom in this area here. So here we go. I'm going to use that curve for the pinky. And actually, I'm not going to do it in the middle because I still want to be able to use extra from this same little wrap. So I'm going to lay it close, not right at the skin, but so I can get that width because the length is easier to adjust. So I've got my corner and gauging about how far over it's going to go. I'm going to go ahead and cut it because I can feel my nail with the scissors, and then use that. There we go, and cut. And put the extra back on the sheet. That could be used for pedicure. Not touching it with my fingers because I want to be able to use it again. And there we have it. Now I still need to reshape this a little more because you can see at the bottom it's coming over some of my skin. At this point, I haven't heated anything. I've just placed the wrap. So knowing that that tip is extra, I'm going to go ahead and cut some of that straight across. And this is where whatever your preference is for your wraps, you decide how you want to do that. I need to give it a little more curve in the corner. Okay. I've cut off too much before, so I like to make sure that it's not too much. Okay. Go ahead and lay it on the pinky. Right above the skin like we did all the other nails. Ooh. I'm letting it roll off. Try to get it to roll off my stick. I'll help it. There we go. Okay, now let's give it some heat. Going to press down at the bottom. And I already know I'll have extra on the sides that I still, even with all of that, guys, I still have some extra to cut off on my pinky. Okay, let's go ahead and heat the side. Pull and tug just like we did for the thumb, because it's a smaller nail. It's easier to just do it that way. And then grab the other side. Pull and tug. Press down. Now I'll go ahead and use my finger. I can get more pressure with my thumb for this finger. Give it a little more heat on the back side. Press down. All right. And I think the pinky is all set. I'll go ahead and push down a little more just to make sure the table gives me some leverage here to push off of. There we go. All right, ladies, look at this. So, hopefully you can see that. Not sure if the whole effect, they are all shiny, which I love the shiny, shiny. There's a little sparkle in the Cali Girl. So there we have our Panthers, Cali Girl, Mixed Manny. And these three have been waiting for the extra to be cut off. So let's cut off the extra. Almost at the finish line for this. I'll go ahead and I'm just going to trim right at the tip of my nail. There we go. Coming along nicely. Careful not to grab my own fingernail. I mean, if it happens, it's okay. They grow back, right? Mine have been growing back fast lately, and that is exciting. If you saw last week's video, you know it has been 1 year that I've been wearing nail wraps, which means 1 year since I've stopped biting my nails. 1 year. All right, so I cut as close to my nail as possible. I'm gonna use the Jamberry, the black Jamberry file, which has a grittier file there, and use that to get the excess off that was too close for the scissor. And I'm just gonna go straight down. And the goal here is just to cut the extra off. It's not to file your fingernail. And there's been times where I filed too much. It ended up seeing too much of my nail because I filed off too much. This is when I started using the scissors as a way to do that. And then let's get the middle finger. Go, and the index finger. Now our pinky and thumb are cooling while we take care of these. Here we go. I'm going to give the other fingers a few more minutes to cool off, And I will post a final picture of both hands once I'm done. But that's everything for today's episode. Thank you for watching. That's my Mani Monday. Have a great week, and I will see you next time. If you don't have a sample and you need a sample and you're in the United States, let me know so I can get your sample to you if you don't already have a Jamberry consultant. And if you're in other countries, you're in Canada, you're in Mexico, New Zealand, Australia, let me know as well. And let me know that you're interested, and I'll also get you some information. So thank you for tuning in. Have a wonderful and fabulous week.